look at this. Wow, you see this? And who can resist festival? On today's episode of the Jamaican cooking journey, I'll be sharing with you a little video. You know, I saw a little just on me video. But let me pause right here to say special thanks to my patrons that have been making my page possible. If you would like to be a part of my Patreon family, click on the link in the description and show me some love. Post notification shoutouts today goes right up there. Now I'm going to be showing you what you need to put together a Jamaican festival mix in your kitchen. You have it right there in your pantry or your cupboard. So for this you need all-purpose flour, you'll need some fine yellow cornmeal, you'll need a little granulated sugar white, of course, you'll need some baking powder, and last but not least, some salt. So I have here 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1.5 cup or 1.25 cup of yellow refined cornmeal. I've got my baking powder, I've got my salt, and I'm going to be putting everything together to sift except the sugar. So you want a good sifter to do your thing. You want a very good sifter to do your thing. You're going to sift all your ingredients except the sugar because you want to get some hair trapped in this thing. You want to get your mixture all aerated. Therefore, you get a more refined texture festival. So I'm going to put my flour in and I'm going to be starting to sift out. This is here a double, sort of double sift, so you get it really fine. You can use your I don't know the name of that thing. It does it really good to like those sort of rice thing. It does it really good. Remember, you know, the better you sift, the more refined you sift. If you use it to a coarse sift, it don't make no sense. So this here is a double sift. It sifts really good. So I'm gonna sift until I get it all out. But I want to show you something about sifting your flour and stuff, family. Okay? Oftentimes I see people sift, and when they sift and they come to the end and they have all these lumps, them use them and I mash it out and something. I don't do that. This is it for me. So my flour has all been sifted in. My cornmeal I am gonna go for next. Most of the time the cornmeal doesn't carry lumps because it's grainy, so most of the time it don't carry any lump, but you want to sift it too, but you want to get, you know, get that hair trapped in. I'm going to be having my baking powder and my salt. I also am going to be sifting it. This is a teaspoon. I'm going to be putting 3 teaspoons in this amount that I have. Level, I think that one wasn't level. Because this actually is not double acting. It says something about super acting, but I'm not too trust that. So if you're using double acting, you would use 1.5 teaspoon. Okay, salt for me now, it would just be, I didn't know this thing was so small, 1 teaspoon of salt. That's just for me, you know. So you want to sift everything except your sugar. Now this is a 1/4 cup measurement, but it is half in there, so it's 1/8 or 3 tablespoons of white granulated sugar. That's just for me, or maybe 2.5. Okay, so you want to do a mix now as you have everything in. So you want to use your sieve and you want to just mix in everything. Know that you have mixed in everything. Sometimes when we do these things, when we measure, we don't measure accurately. It happens to me when you use your measuring cup sometimes, because as I get some measuring cups, I'll show you how to measure accurately. Okay, you have a little extra overflow, and that will just give you a little off with your flavoring. So I'm going to be mixing this in thoroughly. I'm going to be mixing in the flour and the cornmeal. You see the look that you want to have? Yes, that slight yellow look. So it always more flour than cornmeal. So you want to incorporate the sugar, the salt, and the baking powder, you know. So you want to mix in. Now, what you don't want to do is not to taste. You want to taste to see if you did, you went a little off on your measurement, because sometimes we do, when even though, you know, when you have the right cup, for whatever the reason, we go a little off. So I am just mixing together, and I would encourage you to taste. Yes, you can taste this. You can taste this, as opposed to just mix it in, and then when it comes, you say, you did want a little more sugar, the salt, you know, me not get the right taste because it didn't have the right amount of salt. And also, you have too much sugar or too less of a sugar. But I think you can't have too less of a sugar still, because festivals, they're not to be sweet family. It's just a little touch of sugar. But if you have somebody with like a whole sugar night, you know, do your thing. So what I'm going to do right here, I'm going to taste. The salt is there to balance it out. And maybe for some people they would want a little more sugar, but I don't want any more sugar. But the salt is there to balance out it, so you are good to go. When you mix your festival dough over time, the sugar especially, that's why it's always good to mix your festival dough and leave it to, you know, just to set or just to come together a bit. If you're gonna make festivals for the day ahead or tomorrow, so to speak, it's good to make it from, like, you know, in the night, wrap it in your plastic wrap and leave it, so the sugar, it gets to ferment in there. Because you might mix it and it tastes like it's not sweet, and then you say, okay, it wants some more sugar, and you put it, and then when you make the festival, then no, the sugar, when the heat takes the dough and the sugar starts just, you know, melting out in there, then you realize that this thing is too sweet. So be careful about that. Now you want to have your bottle all dried. This is how you're gonna store it. If you want to store it in, like, what should I say, you want to store it in bags, you can store it in there. If the temperature of the weather is hot, you want to leave this in your refrigerator. If the weather is cold, you can leave it on your cupboard for about 2 weeks. Okay, you know, so this not having a preservative. You just make this of yourself. This is to help you, you know. Most time you want to make 2 festivals and you're not in the mood to make the dough, comment and tell me. But you can go ahead when you are in the mood. You can make some. If your family is big, you can make a bigger bottle. And then I'm gonna be finished putting this in there, and we are gonna come back to show you the proof of what I have mixed, to show you whether it works or not. Now you're all pre-made festival mix from your little stuff in your cupboard or in your pantry, your kitchen cupboard or in your pantry. All mixed, everything is thoroughly mixed. All you gotta do now is add water. So you come home and you want to make a few festivals. So I'm gonna be putting about maybe 3 of this, and this is not an even measurement either. This is not even, this is not an accurate measurement. So remember, if the time is hot, you can leave it in your refrigerator. It will last a good time. If you're leaving it on your countertop, 2 weeks the most. Don't try to make too much of this, okay? Remember, the flour is wheat and the cornmeal also, you know, so make sure that they are kept in, you know, place where everything is cool and stuff. My hands are clean, everything mixed, and if you do nothing, I've done that already. It is so soft. Look at that. Now you see that color. So the water now is supposed to come out and bring out the color of the cornmeal. Let's try to make our little festival dough. Take your time. So as I told you, you know, you don't want to a lot of water one time, you know. Please, as you'd have to go back inside here now. But you're good now. You're on the go now, and you're okay. You see the cornmeal start coming out, that yellowness start coming out. So that is the first sign that you're on track. Okay? You know how to mix your dough already. This is the first sign that you are on track with your homemade festival mix. So I'm going to finish mixing this, and I'm going to leave it to come together for about 5, I would say about 10 minutes. And then when I come back, I'm going to finish up the proofing process. We're going to fry to see if they are perfect looking like festivals. I'm at the stove now, family, and my dough has been resting for a little time. Now, as I said before, you don't want to put too much sugar. A lot of times you realize people put so much sugar, and when they are making dough, it keeps sticking on their hand. There is too much sugar. It is not supposed to be too sweet. I guess some people just develop the habit of wanting too much sweet. There is the sugar added to this. That's the twist. The sugar and the cornmeal added to this. That is just the difference from the fried dumpling dough. Okay, so we have our cornmeal. Remember, we have our raisin agent in there. And making it the size, they have no proper way. Well, I know they are long. They are long, so I keep my oil is somewhat, yeah. So you make it how you want to suit yourself. Making it doesn't have anything, the shape doesn't have anything to do with it. But originally, it's something like that. So we're going to be frying. Also, what we're testing for here is to see that if we had enough raisin agent in there, they're supposed to come up a little, almost double in size, yes, and then we'll see. So I'm going to put a few of these in there, and we'll see as it goes. You can see that this one is, you know, right. So I got in all of my dough, and you can see that they are becoming larger than how I put them in. I am frying a little below medium, because I'm frying almost deep fat. This is not fully deep fat. You could fry shallow fat too, but I'm frying like this because you don't want to have festivals that are not cooked. I want to point out too also that you can use brown sugar, but if you use brown sugar, I've used brown sugar in times past, and I've tried granulated sugar. I suggest white granulated sugar is the better thing. The brown sugar makes them more dense, you know, more heavier. You want them to be light and just fluffy. So look at these, as you can see how they are bursting too. That's another sign also showing you that the baking powder is active. Try to remember to check on your baking powder. If you are not somebody that uses your baking powder a lot, you want to check on it to make sure that it's active before you start to use it, and then you waste all your ingredients. Okay, we're going to let these fry until they take that what's that thing now, that yellow pretty golden color, and then we'll return. Okay, now fam, here we have our finished festivals. I did them. I used some paper towel to drain the excess grease, and I covered them for a while, but they could have stayed at home because they're so hot. They're so hot right now. Look at this. Wow, you see this? And who can resist festival? Nobody can resist the Jamaican festival. This nice crunch on the outside and the softness on the inside. Look at the inside. Properly cooked to the core, the crunch. No one can resist a Jamaican festival. So there you have it, cooking fam. That was all I have for you today on this cooking video. Festivals, they're always good they're always good size for any occasion. You could never go wrong. So I hope that you will take it, you will make it your own. And if you want to be a good home, like what I was looking for the word, I can't remember the word. If you want to be a good homemaker, yeah, this is the video for you. Thanks for watching, thanks for the love, thanks for the support. Remember to thumbs up the videos. Remember to make sure you're subscribed to the Jamaican Cooking Journey. We're on our way to 400,000 subs, and make sure you leave me a comment below. Catch you again with another video.